What up, YouTube? It's RKO Legend Killer 687 here to do my predictions for tonight's WWE Summerslam, August 15th, 2010. It's actually not that really great of a card right now. It's like 6 matches so far. Um, but WWE has a tendency on their pay-per-views to throw in matches at the last second that weren't announced. So, but besides for the exception of a couple of the matches, it's all looking pretty good. Hopefully there's some surprises tonight, and hopefully it's worth watching. Well, let's get to the card. Um, so this is just reading off. The 3-on-1 handicap match between the Big Show and the Straight Edge Society, CM Punk, Luke Gallows, and Joey Mercury. I honestly wasn't even like aware that this was a feud until about a couple weeks ago because I think it just had been booked that badly. I just don't like. I don't know. It's kind of a strange feud, just Big Show against these three, but they broke his hand a couple weeks ago on SmackDown, and I'm not sure if they're trying to have Show come out on top in this or what. But I could see the Straight Edge Society winning. Just to get like their stable back on track because it looks pretty weak right now. So I think Straight Edge Society will come out on top. This should be, shouldn't be like anything special of a match. It shouldn't be decent or anything. It should be just okay. But Punk, in there as always makes the match at least decent. So we'll see. But I picked Straight Edge Society and win that. Then we have next is the WWE Divas Championship match between Melina and Alicia Fox. This should be a pretty decent women's match. It's nice having Melina back, giving the women's division a little boost, if you will. It's still pretty weak, but Melina is one of the better workers. But this should be a pretty decent match. I see Alicia retaining. I just can't see her losing the belt that quickly, especially with Melina. This is only gonna be her second match since coming back from injury, so it should be decent if time allows for it. So I pick Alicia to win. To win. Next is the Intercontinental title match between the new champion Dolph Ziggler, defending against Kofi Kingston, which will be his rematch. Again, I don't see, just like Alicia, I don't see Dolph, who's a new title holder, dropping it, that quickly. He's had the title for a week. And plus, I'm finally happy they actually put the strap on him and trying to work him up or whatever. And, Kofi, he's got a lot of potential, too. These two are future main eventers if they're pushed right. But I see Dolph retaining the title and continuing to have I see him having a pretty solid reign as IC champ, 5-6 months maybe. But I see Ziggler winning. This should be a pretty good match, though. I'd be stupid to have Kofi win it right back. And then you got the World Heavyweight Championship match between Rey Mysterio and Kane. It should be. I'm not really sure about these two. Don't really have the greatest chemistry in the ring, but they've worked some good matches together. The rivalries they've had in the past couple of years. It should be an okay match. I'm pretty sure it'll be Undertaker's gonna, make an appearance tonight at the end of the match. I'm picking Kane to retain the title because, Undertaker coming back. There's probably gonna be setting up a feud between the two. I heard that could go all the way to Hell in a Cell, which is that late October or November? I don't know, but feud between those two should be pretty good. I'm just enjoying Kane as world champ right now. So I don't see him losing tonight. It should be a decent match, like I said, if time allows for it. So I pick Kane to retain. Then you have the WWE title match between Randy Orton and the champion Sheamus. The one match they've had that I've seen was the Royal Rumble back in January of this year, beginning of this year, and ended in DQ. But they seem to have good chemistry together, and I just think right now I mean, Sheamus hasn't had the title. He's had it since June, so it's like 2 or 3 months. But Orton hasn't had a title since like last fall, and he's so over right now. It's like ridiculous. And I'm a huge Orton mark, and I'd love to see him win the title again tonight. But I mean, I like Sheamus too. Don't get me wrong. I have no problem with him as champion. So this could be a pretty good match. They're both pretty good in the ring. And it like I said with the other matches, it's all about the time. If Vince allows for the time, matches can be as good as they want. So I'm picking Orton to go over in this and win the title. So Randy Orton, I predict to win that. And this should be the main event: the Team Raw versus the Nexus elimination match. You got John Cena, Bret Hart, R-Truth, Chris Jericho, Edge, John Morrison, and versus Nexus. And there's no Great Khali, which I'm happy because he had no place being on that team at all. He had no talent. Um, excuse me, but it should be a pretty good match. I've heard one of the 7 on Cena's team, or 6, depending if they replace Khali tonight. I just heard that someone on Cena's team is going to cost their team the match. I really hope it's Cena. Tonight's the night. If there's ever a night for Cena to turn heel, tonight is the night. There's so many rumors going around, and you've heard the speculation for a while now. It was going to be Triple H or Cena turning heel to the lead Nexus, but Triple H, he's not going to return tonight. He's supposed to be out till December, so I mean, it's time. It's time for Cena. It's time for a new direction. Time for Cena to go heel. I'd love to see it happen. I'm not sure if it will, but I'm gonna remain optimistic. But and I think WWE has to have Nexus win this just to make their stable look like they're the real deal. Like all these attacks over the last few months will be for nothing. But so I picked Nexus to go over and win this. With someone turning heel or costing Cena's team the match. So Nexus to win that. So overall, I mean, this SummerSlam's not looking great, but it's not terrible. It is looking kind of weak. So unless WWE has some surprises up their sleeve tonight, they better. It's their biggest pay-per-view of the summer. It should be pretty good shit. But on a side note, obviously all of you have heard about Lance Cade, or Lance. His real name's Lance McNaught, I believe. Passed away. I think it was Friday, or either Friday or Saturday. Was only 29 years old, and they said due to heart failure. So I don't know. I heard he was released from WWE because of his pain. He was addicted to painkillers, and there was one instant when he took a lot on a plane or whatever while they were traveling, and he had a seizure. So they let him go because of that. But I don't know. It's just really sad. Another wrestler gone too young, so rest easy, Lance. But anyway, SummerSlam, I'm looking forward to it tonight. It should be good stuff. Biggest, party of the summer, they always like to say. Hopefully they close out the summer pay-per-view with a bang. But I'll be back later to do my review, guys, what I thought of the show. And so if you guys are going to watch it tonight, enjoy it. It's a couple interesting things that should make the show pretty good. So, yeah, guys, I'll be back to do my review later and shit. So, this is RKO Legend Killer 687. I'm out. Peace.